Wait, hold on.
Jesse? No.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Hello and welcome to another random special edition of the Merlin cast. I'm Merlin, obviously, and I've got a very special trio of some people you guys might know. Doesn't typically join us, but you guys know him. This is Gimili over there. And I got Tiefling in the middle here. And I got Troll, of course. Now, we're going to talk about our experience with the Pathfinder, which you guys know is a tabletop RPG that my friends and I typically play. And we're going to go down a list of things we've noticed recurring. As you can see, zooming in, Gimli's compiled a list of different things that have occurred. I'll try to get a good zoom in on that. To give you an example, just some stories based on our... It's okay, pardon the spelling, but just some different things that have occurred, some different stories throughout the games. But this time, we're going to talk about something specific right there. Broforce. We're going to talk about that now.
Did you come up with that name?
Now,
I think that came up organically between the three of us.
But
I'm pretty sure you were playing Broforce the video game, but like for free on
Yeah.
like Xbox or something.
Yeah.
But basically, these three here...
We came up with this before that game came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically these three guys here
it's been a long
have been playing different characters, and often you guys kind of become the Broforce in a lot of these different scenarios. Please explain that. What's the history there?
It started in Joe's second game, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the second.
The second campaign of
It was
Pathfinder.
before the rule of no homebrew.
Yeah.
There was the creation of that rule.
Yeah, but that's when I first started, and our characters were... I was a halfling cleric, you were something called a blade elf,
Yes.
and you were a dwarven minor sorcerer.
Yeah.
And
Weird
essentially, through our powers combined,
We would solve any situation.
we did the impossible. Like, my character was the idea guy, you were the muscle, and you were the utility. You just get anything done, pretty much. And started out, it wasn't named at this point, but this little grouping completely obliterated 2 civilizations or 3?
We obliterated one and
One for sure, and then started a war between
started
two
a civil
races.
war between
Yeah.
a splinter group and a surviving civilization.
So we came up to this place where these cat people were being enslaved by these gorilla people. And we had to so we wanted to figure out what to do because there was like some sword in there.
we didn't know. We knew that we needed to get a thing. We didn't know what the thing was.
Basically, the bat people were like being mined by the gorilla people, and the gorilla people were trying to get in there to obtain something, but they couldn't, so they were at war with the bat people. And you guys were caught between two very bad people.
No, the bad people and the gorilla people were friends.
The bad people and the gorilla people.
Yes, they were working together. Yes.
and they had enslaved the cat people to work in the mines for them.
The cat people and the bat people were also working with them.
Yeah. And
The bat people were like
so there was
overseers.
so there was a gorilla guard outside who we immediately jump and murder.
Well, there were 2 options at this point. There was either murder this guard or they were going to light me on fire. And
To get us tracked.
and-
No, it wasn't the Marine Guard part. We also, because this is the round where
shove you in a
everyone
barrel and light you on
on fire. Yeah.
yeah, as a distraction.
And this was the game where we all rolled amazingly,
Yeah.
like for everything. So we disguised him up in the clothing and skin of
They skinned this guy.
We
of
skinned
the gorilla man.
Damn.
And then we had him put Gimli's character in chains.
Shackles.
And I was a halfling, so he put me in a sack and threw me over his shoulder. And
Chewbacca style.
Chewbacca style. So, and he took him in to meet like the boss of the gorilla people,
Basically.
as like his prisoner or whatever. He gets to talking, trying to sweet talk the guy, and I whisper like, "Hand him the sack I'm in."
So I honestly, why the fuck not? Like, here's his gear. You want to check it? And he opens the sack.
At which point he sees a little halfling, a cleric inside. He casts silence on, and then these booths just rip him to shreds. Just annihilate this guy. So
we beat him to death.
yeah.
Yeah.
We very clearly beat him to death because
Yes.
sword wounds would ruin this plan.
Yes.
So what next we do is okay. So this guy has
This was my idea.
This guy has a pile of treasure, right? So we dig like a hole behind it. Then we put this guy on. We take the dead chief, put him on his chair.
We put a arrow through his elbow, all the way
So
up
it's
through his
like
arm and
this.
out of his hand, so that he was
And
stuck
like
in his
this.
throne in this position.
And the other one, we made a pulley system so you
Out of spider silk.
spider silk.
So nobody could see it. It wasn't a rope. It was spider silk. So it would only reflect light. Not really, like, you couldn't actually see it wrapped around his hand.
And then my character hid underneath his tail with his
or something.
with his dwarven war axe that my halfling had.
Yeah.
And then you would go and
He would be on the pulley. And
Yeah.
I would go outside and walk up to people and be like, hey, man, Chief wants to see you. I don't know what it's about. He's just getting me to round people up. Just come on, come with me.
at which point he would lead them inside. They'd walk up to the chief because the chief's going. At which point I would take out their legs, and then
We would descend upon them and throw them into this hole.
We did this, 10, 12 times?
We did this 12 times with rolls. The rest of them were just hand-waved because we did it 12 times in a row.
So it was like, you know what? I could make you do it every single time a soldier comes in there, but it's going to take, like, who knows how
It
long.
was only 3 of us.
and we were rolling horrendously well. We were rolling
Nothing below 17.
Stupidly well.
Nothing
Yeah.
below 17s on 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
11 times in a row. It
And
was
then-
ridiculous.
Was it at that point where I went out to go start freeing cat people then?
No.
Or was it...
No, because at some point we realized that the guards started to catch on.
Yeah.
So we
I decided to run outside and start screaming, "The bad people! The bad people murdered our chief!"
at which point the bad people heard this and immediately fled.
They didn't all fly off. They were like, "What? What's going on? Like, what? We don't know what you're." Then I think you blew up like a cliff or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And collapsed it so that
Yeah.
it would fall down. I'm like, "See, the bad people are attacking us." So then, like, we got to go back and warn the elders or something. So we incited a war between 2 evil races.
Yeah.
We freed all the cat people. We got this artifact that we were looking for without actually initiating any combat with 3 player characters.
It's true.
That's unheard of.
So that was where it started, but it didn't get named until our
What
friend
level were we at that point?
We were like level 4 or 5.
5. Yeah.
We were
It was
ridiculously
really
low
low.
leveled.
For this to happen, yeah.
But that wasn't the time that got named. Like, this little team up has happened in several games with several different varieties of characters. But the time it got named was in our friend Nick's Shadowrun game.
Yeah.
Where my character was a big troll guy named the Goran. You were a crazy dwarf dude with
heavy machine
gun like munitions dude. And you were like an elven sword guy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's Shadowrun.
Yeah.
You gotta have the katanas.
Yeah. And at which point we decided all 3 of our characters knew each other, and we would spend hours just coming up with
Literally
weird
hours. Literally hours.
stuff from our background, like weird missions that we were being on. It's like, remember Mexico?
Mexico.
Just-
Well, it ended up that in Mexico, we needed to defend off the Federales because he decided that the best way to start a party was with an explosive minigun. Yeah. And those weren't party goers. Those were the police. They were not happy that this was happening. It was not a good thing.
And at some point, my character ended up carrying, because my character was huge and incredible.
He was like, what, 9-10 feet tall?
And my character ended up like carrying a nuclear submarine with both of you in it out of Mexico.
Let's see. The last thing that we did before the game actually started was an adventure in Canada, where we don't. All of us were really drunk in game. We don't really remember how this happened, but we all wound up on the top of a mega block in Canada.
Yeah. With Mounties after us.
The Mounties were after us, but these were super space Mounties.
But still, the most horrific thing was the moose.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
that's what happened to that car.
Yeah. At some point, you were thrown off of a building and landed on the ground, and my arm was crushed by something.
So this is how we explained our characters, like
Implants.
cybernetic implants. Yeah. And then weren't you like set on fire?
Yeah.
This is how I justified my bounty being like extraordinary.
Yeah, our bounties were like
by blowing up the mega block.
We had backstoryed our bounties being somewhere like upwards of like $500 billion
Or some crazy shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Bounties.
He let us do it. It was
Yeah.
it was dumb on his part, but we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But that's we all decided our characters have met on a Zelda MMO.
Mm-hmm. And we were each represented a representative of the Triforce.
Yeah. So then we were like, it's like,
We need a better name.
Well, when we originally did it, we were sitting across the table, so we did actually make the triangle. It was.
and there's so many games where it's been like this. Merlin ran a game not too long ago where one of my funnest, most prevalent characters is named Gore. He's a Neanderthal. But then you are a half vampire named Alucard, and you are one of my favorite characters of yours. You're rattling guy named
Shere
Khan.
Khan.
Shere Khan.
The Jawa.
Shere Khan, the rat folk Jawa type thing with the demented, evil-looking.
That's a fun game. I like that
And
game.
my character's language. Your name is Utini.
In that game, I think combined we had a total near the end of 5 million gold.
That we all somehow kept in your wagon.
Yeah.
And then it was really funny because Merlin started the game was like, okay, a king sends like a messenger to go find all of you until you come in. My character's a fucking Neanderthal. He only speaks Neanderthal. so it completely threw Merlin for a loop there because when we all get to say, he's like, this is what you see. It looks like this. This is what you see. It looks like this. It turns to me. Crap. Trying to explain what he saw to this Neanderthal guy who literally like, oh, there was a Gar.
Should we explain also, tying into this, because it's really good, how we got into the city?
The guards rolled up on you and tried to take all your shit.
That did not work for them.
They all knew the legends of this giant 7-foot-tall monstrosity.
No, the legends. He looked like He-Man. Like he had like long flowing hair. This really handsome,
Sort of like Yor.
Yeah, but in real, because my character had charisma of 17, so I thought he was a Neanderthal. But I decided that was just what people remembered about him. In reality, it was like this short, hairy, big nosed fucking caveman guy.
5-6 days, man, dude. Yep.
Oh man, that was so.
That was the game where the final battle didn't actually happen.
Well, it did. It
Hold
just
on.
didn't happen the
Let
way
me
we thought it
explain
would.
how I got into the city.
Oh yeah,
So, my horse...
your horse.
My horse is pulling this giant wagon. I stealth before we roll up to the
You
guards.
stealth before pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Did
yeah,
you
I
have a
did.
cloak that like just did
Yes.
darkness over your face at all times? So you
Yeah.
just saw this shiny eye. So it was literally a fucking Jawa.
Yeah.
Basically,
So
it's legitimately
my
a
horse
Jawa.
is pulling my cart of all my wares, and the guards stop, and all you see is this horse with like breathing
Smoke.
what the guards swore by a fire.
Like, it was this weird horse from hell, but it was just like a normal horse
Yeah.
with some scary armor on it.
And I would talk in like shadow, so they wouldn't tell where it was coming from, and they thought for sure the horse was demonic.
And there was
Yeah.
talking to them.
Like,
Was there like 1,000,000 guards there?
Yeah.
But then like other people
by the
showed
time
up.
that I showed myself, there were like probably 50 guards surrounding my horse.
Horse was a terrifying thing in that game.
But at the end there with the
Well, first,
killing the emperor,
well before there, we had to like break into like his place. And they decided to do
His
this,
palace.
and they decided to do this Gore came up with a great idea. I actually rolled for it. He rolled high because Gore is the smartest dude around because he's a fucking caveman barbarian. But he's like, okay, you like chain me up, and because they were all dressed in like robes and stuff. Because
I had disguised myself. There was a faction of the Emperor's army that was led by vampire princes, basically.
so he disguised themselves as that. They also disguised themselves as guards. They're not going to disguise Gore.
and I just stealth.
Yeah.
And he just tell. So they chain Gore up, and they take Gore along.
We're walking.
prisoner.
We're walking up to the Emperor's throne room to like. I'm like presenting that I captured the elusive Gore to basically like earn a vampire's more standing in his army, basically. And
Just to like try to like catch him off guard, basically.
yeah, so I like talk back to him and I'm like, He talks back to me. I slap him. We're doing a whole bit.
Yeah.
Our friend Dapper decides to take this opportunity to sap him in the balls, which almost blew our entire plan. Because Gore did not like that.
No. And Gore could have eaten him at that point.
That would have ruined literally everything.
Yeah.
But adventure ensues. The Emperor escapes to this boat.
Yeah, and then we buy this other
The
dude's
Emperor
ship.
wasn't there. It was like his hand or something.
Yeah.
And how did we go about getting a boat?
We walked up to the first guy that we saw that had a boat that could be navigated with our meager amount of crew. I handed them a sack of gold and said, "This
No,
boat."
hold on. How did Gore?
Oh, Gore was like, "We know this is the Emperor's ship." We're like, what? Yeah, this is the Emperor's ship. We want to see the Emperor. They're
Well,
like,
we're
Low
not-
battery.
We're not seeing his colors. Like, I know. It's clever of you.
like, just fuck it. I hand him a sack of gold. This is
It
our
was
ship
like
now.
$1 million gold in the sack.
Just, this is our ship now.
He's like, okay.
The merchant opened the. Yep. Okay.
Come on, we don't have to fish anymore.
All right. Well, this is battery dying, but just to say goodbye, and we'll do more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only half of this story.
Next will be how the Emperor died.
How the Emperor
Oh,
truly.
yeah.
Before it ends, give me one full Broforce.
I'm not doing it again.
Do it again.
Fucking. I
Bravo!
don't even have my arms extended.
All right. See you guys.